I'm sipping, 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 I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, King.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. Playing with my soundboard and shit. But we got my guy in here today, man.
Yes, sir.
The guy that I met a while ago working.
Yes, sir. Working.
Keep telling y'all, man, I bang with workers. And I walked in the studio, and he was in the studio. We was crossing at some point, either going out and coming in, don't know who was doing what. But I know that there was respect shown.
Yes, sir.
And I know that me and my homie was like, well, you got something? Hop on this joint. And you got busy. And it's been love ever since.
Yes,
so I got Gunny H in here today, man. How you feeling today, brother?
How you feeling today, King?
I'm
feeling
good,
great,
man.
I appreciate
Always
you
good to
me.
see you,
Always
man.
good to have see you, period, and come through.
Absolutely. And shout out to N.I., DJ N.I.
Definitely shout out to N.I., that's my brother.
Yeah, ran into the brother recently at the studio again.
At the
Same
studio.
damn studio under different pretenses, and still we got in the booth. We got busy at the drop of a hat, like we always do.
Yes, sir. It went crazy out of nowhere.
Yeah. So how you been though, man?
Man, I've been great, man. Just taking it one day at a time. You know, getting this music together, getting this material together, building up this product. Trying to resonate from the ashes, basically, if we could say that. It's been a journey, you know what I'm saying? Just dropped the new body of work called Charles Lee Ray, The Life After 1617, with CLR, basically. And it's just a chapter, open close situation, basically, of my life. You know what I mean? And this other stories that basically from, you know, past situations with my people. And it's an installment. It's like a fourth installment. You know, so what we try and do now is just get that out here and network and build the brand.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You somebody, we just talked about it. It's been about 10 years since we known each other. And when I met you, you was grinding, moving heavy. You know everybody.
Facts.
You walk around with a real positive energy all the time.
Yes, sir.
But from talking to you and from peeping little stuff, I know that you go through shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
Two things. One, how long has the grind been? When did Gunny H become a public figure? And then, like, how do you keep your energy up?
Well, the name been like household for about maybe like since we got together. Maybe around that time. So that was a process, and we was building from scratch. When you met me, it was basically nothing. This was the foundation. Right now, it's been a while.
So where did the initial recognition come from? When you say around that time was when the name started becoming a household, what did you do around that time?
We was running, hitting the ground. All groundwork. You know, we hitting studios, we doing open mics, we doing music conventions, you know what I'm saying?
You're giving that energy up.
Yeah, we giving that energy up.
Yeah.
And like you said, to keep the energy high, it was just basically God. Because, you know, I believe in God first, so he really, really was on me like, yo, you gotta keep this joint going. You know, if you stop right now, it might not never pull through.
You be done blocked your own blessing.
Yeah, that basically. You know that's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 40-year-old man, and I think sometimes I don't have no regrets.
Right.
Sometimes I be like, well, I started a couple things a little earlier. Things would be way different if I just went harder at that time.
Yes.
Because I wound up coming back to them anyway because they was a part of me. So I might as well just stay with it.
Stay going, yeah.
So that's a real thing.
Consistent, yeah. And that was just a part of that journey, that fight. The music conventions though, and just meeting all and getting out there and networking and building ties.
Yeah, because that's what I noticed about you from the gate. I'm like, everybody know Gunny. Like, even the couple years that I wouldn't see you, your name would come up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the bro, that's the homie. You know what I'm saying? And nobody, I never heard no, you know what I'm saying, nonsense. But then also, people do badmouth people to me, but mostly they don't because I don't do that.
We don't do that to people.
You know what I'm saying?
I never heard you do that.
Yeah, they don't know me for being a gossip section.
No.
But when they do talk about, when I have heard your name, that's why I said you always bring the energy, because they say, oh no, he give it up. He come through and you know he on his shit, the voice projects and it's that.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, yeah, when I met him, says you got something, nigga got a booth, and I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, we say
shit.
Get busy. I'm like, look, I don't know bro, but I know bro make passionate music. I'm in here to write, he work, and it was like, come on, let's put it. We went in.
That shit's important, and it's fun for me because like I go by the Tupac and probably many other people theory of if you in the room and you got something, get in there. And that's the time we was on that night when we was in there with NI. It just was only a few people ready to hop in there. But that's how I feel. It's like I don't know what you can do, but all this shit is digital.
Facts.
We can erase it. We can tweak it.
Right.
Let's figure it out.
Let's get it together.
And I was pleasantly surprised that like you felt like you was sharp, like you had been doing it for a while, like you was comfortable in there, and it was like you knocked this shit right out.
Yeah,
Ace was looking
you
like
went, and you know what's crazy? You went before me, and I'm like, well, I know if Sammie in the building, somebody got to be doing something. Somebody got to be tackling something because I'm not going out. I'm behind you. But like you said, a lot of other people, people just they wasn't prepared for the situation. But you gotta love this shit.
Yeah, but it's cool because one thing I tell, because everybody has their comfort zone. You know what I mean? You go to Mariah, I'm sure there's a certain color of lighting, there's a certain candle burning, there's a certain
element.
That's her zone.
Yeah.
But us on the come up and trying to get somewhere, we never know when our opportunity's gonna come. We don't know if Jadakiss gonna see a nigga and be like, yo, come through. It's gonna be 30 niggas at that studio.
Yeah, but you better be what?
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna be in there talking about I can't write in front of all these people. I can't deliver, it's too many niggas.
Nah.
Like you gotta kinda practice for that now.
Yeah, you
Put yourself in them positions now.
Yes.
Try it. See what you get out of it.
Definitely.
And when you around different creative juices, you pull a little something different out yourself sometimes. Or somebody helps you, give you a little nudge.
Right.
Yo, that'd be ill if you just
it's elevation.
Yeah.
Elevation to share those energies. It definitely elevate us up in character. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I create. When I know you in there, you writing in the corner. I'm like, he might become some crazy ass shit. It ain't no competition, but I definitely want, I want to be in a marathon. Yeah, I want to be in that marathon with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in right behind you. Like you ain't leaving me too far, or I'm in front of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how it's supposed to be with the art. Like, and if you truly love it, then you'll be able to express it like that. So,
But see, it's funny too. Like I talk about, you a taller guy, right? But you lead with love. You lead with the smile.
Yes, sir.
But you know that when you get on that stage at your size and you talking that shit in that pit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's something people can't buy that. People can't buy stature and they can't buy vocal projection and tone.
Yes,
you can't buy that. You know what I mean? And sometimes a squeaky voice is a blessing.
Right, it is.
But when you got that, it's like, you know what I mean? They
you.
said Biggie sound like the elders back in Africa when the drums were played and they only spoke when it was drums playing and fire lit.
It's crazy.
They like he had one of those kind of voices that make you listen.
Right.
Make you believe, make you understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
That's something I've seen from
And I think that, I appreciate that, King. I think that embodies a lot in me because I studied, like you said, Tupac, the Biggies, and just all genres of music first.
Yeah.
But the hip hop, the rap shit, the Kisses, the Biggies, the Hoves, and you got
consistently strong voice.
Yeah, there you go. And they really had the wizardry down, so they could really write, and then inform and put that shit out. So I'm saying, like, a lot of dudes can't do that. You
It's
know
a
what I'm saying?
skill to make motherfuckers learn or to make people care about shit that they wouldn't normally care about.
Facts.
And they did that regularly. In their own ways.
Right.
When you think of that list,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Right.
The pen is vicious. Inflection is vicious. Cadence is crazy. The
Cadence.
beat, repetition, choruses. All of these things is like...
Talk to me.
You in there playing with a chemistry set.
Yeah,
for
talk
real.
to me,
You know
talk
what I'm
to me,
saying?
yeah.
And every jar is empty when you walk in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out what we blending together. How
Yes.
we going. It's a beautiful.
Right.
If y'all never created before, man, in the studio, it's different.
Facts.
It's different. You literally walk in with nothing and come out with something crazy.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That other people can relate to that had no idea of the process.
And it's art. I believe in it as being art. I try to not put myself into I'm a rapper or I'm you saying hip hop. Nah, none of that. I believe in I'm a painter. So I do portraits. So when you hear this, it's like that nigga in the kitchen cooking up Picasso's. Like,
literally, the reason that we having this conversation is because I don't want to say rapper. I keep saying creative. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying artist because That's what it is. And we don't turn nothing down. You know how dudes want to be tough. I don't turn down no fades. I ain't turning down too many beats. If it's banging, I don't care if it's merengue.
Right,
I'm going to try something.
Let's go.
Let's see if I can get an ad-lib on this nigga. Something going to get a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm a creative because I'm not turning nothing down. Let's get busy.
And I actually seen you in that warrior mood. And the thing about it is, you, like you said, you got to prepare yourself for that. You walk in that room and Timbaland in there with Swiss beats in them, and them beats come on. They like, yo, who in here rap? Who in here writing? I know he gonna be ready. I know I'm gonna be ready. A lot of dudes gonna be like, man, I can't fuck with that. I can't. Turn down that beat. I ain't with that energy. No, you got to go in. You got to be ready to perform.
Secret. Some of these super producers, they around 16 to 21 years old. They look like kids. They sneaks might be lace weird or whatever. They sitting in that studio watching you, bitch. And he produced for NBA Youngboy. And he produced for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
come on now.
I've interviewed him.
Come on.
And when you see him, you wouldn't assume if they were just in a room, they'd be one of the homies or one of the youngins. That boy got a laptop full of that fire. You get it there and show him
His
something.
archive's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta show him something because you gotta inspire them to want to work with you.
Yeah.
People talk about how expensive this business is. You can work shit out if it's mutual.
Right. If they feeling your feng shui, as I should say.
Speaking of which, what producers have you have good relationships with over the time?
So, I've been working with a lot of producers, like independent, like they got their own younger producers as of now.
And they nasty.
Yeah, and they nasty. I got this one young brother called DB in this bitch. Dylan, that's what we call him. But listen, man, the boy dangerous.
It sound like it.
He dangerous, like, and you know, for a young kid to be from where he from out there in Jersey, he got a lot of history, musical history in him. So when you hear him, it's just like, dog, he be coming out the woodworks and shit.
Pull it from all types of different
from
shit.
all types of ways. But I also have, you know, D Nice the Beat Man. Shout out to D Nice the Beat Man. He's Jalil Beat's little cousin. You know what I'm saying? I worked with him when we first met. Around that time, he was making a lot of my earlier production, and my first installment was called Redemption. It was my first mixtape. Shit was lit. We ran down on like 16 joints we cut, and he did every last one of them joints. And I was also working with this kid overseas named G-Mac. He was super dope. And man, like I was just blessed. You know, dudes always come, and when they see you doing what you do, they just be dropping that shit. They send it through.
How'd you get with G-Mac?
Oh, G-Mac heard that music through the gram, man. The gram is the portal. Yeah, the gram is the portal. Now let's can we go back to early on a little bit? We're gonna take it back a little bit.
What?
The gram is the portal. So, like, you meet a lot of people through the gram. I met independent label mates through the gram. I meet A&Rs through the gram. Of course, production people, but like video people. But it's so crazy because if you utilize it right, you can bring your dreams to fruition.
You gotta have them conversations and cultivate the relationship.
Yeah.
And it's hard, I know, because there's a lot of schemers on the joint.
Yeah.
But that can't be an excuse. You gotta do the work. You gotta be the guy, the A&R at the office that gotta go through 18 mixtapes before he gets to Eminem. Gotta go through 100 more before he runs into an AZ. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like just go through the bullshit to get to the cool shit sometimes. As long as you don't expose yourself to get your page snatched or something.
Right, yeah, it's a done bun. The energy falls right down.
Question from K.
You said your new project is called Life After
1617.
You got 1617 around your neck. What is 1617? What's the significance?
1617 is my childhood address. It's where I grew up at. It's where I made my bones at. Of course, a lot of things from my past happened there. Just childhood tribulations, the ghetto, you know, street shit, of course. And it's a symbolic piece. So it just reminds me of everything that I've basically been through, and I carry it like that, you know what I'm saying? And I run, you know, to give it to the people. They see, when they see this, they see me. And they also see where I come from. So, again, it's very symbolic.
Yeah, and I was going to get to that, but thanks, K.
Yeah, we appreciate you bringing that through because, listen, people ask me all the time, they're like, yo, what the joint? I'm like, listen, it ain't what you...
Because it starts sounding like a date. And it's like, when you start thinking about 1600s, it's a lot of different things that was going on in them during them days. So it's like, soon as I hear 4 numbers and it sound like teens, I'm like, hold up, what is that? But I was gonna get to that. But I was trying to, like I said, we was going back, but it's all good.
It's on.
It's all good. But like you said, I think that's what's important. Your awareness of what you're presenting, because you just said that, you know, when you give it to the people, they get to see exactly where you at, where you come from, a lot of turmoils and things that come through it. That's intention. That's not hiding from this shit.
No.
You see what I'm saying? You don't mind getting emotional, passionate about things.
Right.
That's one of my things. I gotta get more. I gotta give more of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need to get a little more deeper than me. But I'm finally getting to the point where I feel like I could do it.
Yeah, of course you can.
Because it's a process.
Yeah.
You gotta, because once you put it out there, it's out there. You gotta deal with it. You gotta perform it.
Right, you gotta perform it.
I wasn't trying to cry every day.
Right, no, we ain't doing it. No, we ain't going to. I feel you. I got some shit.
But within reason, I figured out a few. Just over time, I figured out a few ways I want to play a couple scenarios. So I'm excited to get into the bag that you probably touching on.
Yeah, man. And listen, you know what's crazy? I was talking to my director the other day about creative thinking. And I'm like, yo, bro, we ready to go conscious. Matter of fact, I was talking to, shout out to Busy, that's another producer. Business, big business, that's my bro. He, you know, one of the producers I work with, I got some shit coming called No Hidden Gems. We don't hide no gems. Dude, never hold no gems back from me. Always show me love and respect. And it's like that. We gotta do that. We gotta sit back and help each other. It's like I get with Biz, he be like, look, bro, you can do this, you can do that, but you gotta put the effort in. Dudes don't wanna go conscious, they wanna stay in one lane. But he said, look, if you do this type of music, that shit not gonna last. But if you do this, it's gonna be around forever.
You should do everything because you're capable and you're intelligent.
Right.
So if your brain works that way, why not give them a package of that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can just gumbo.
Yeah.
Right. It has to be that pain music, that thought process music. I like to make shit that'll make you, when you ride in the car, you want either gonna smoke to it or you drunk already and you speeding or you need to drive slow. These are the two. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the options, nigga. Like yeah, real shit. Like you know, I'll drink that. Real shit though. I will too.
But no, like that shit is important, though.
Right. Facts.
And I always tell people all the time, and I say it on here all the time. Don't wait till somebody is behind you with a budget telling you what you can and can't do. Do everything that you can do while you got full control.
Damn.
So that when they do try to come at you because they like one thing that you do, you can say, well, my audience already proved they fuck with this too. So you can't deny me this because it's already attraction over there.
Talk to me.
You see what I'm saying? And you widening your audience with that.
Right.
You broadening your audience. And we're at an age and a time where we got to show youngins how to be OGs.
Facts.
We gotta give people that's older than us something to listen to.
Facts. Cause they still got to be taught how to be a goddamn OG sometimes. It's crazy.
The world is changing.
Yeah, like
we in a mix, so we notice some things that a lot of people don't even tap into because all they going to work, family, work, family, work.
We just was talking about.
We gotta move around the people a little more. We got a little more familiarity with the climate a lot of the time.
Facts.
And sometimes they don't get a taste of that until it smacks them in their face. So if we could give them a little bit of heads up and a vibe.
Yeah. And it's more like acceptable when it's coming from people of our walk, basically. I try to not be a preacher because like who am I to judge because I was just like them, but I also like to give you the real because I'm not gonna lie, I've been through hella shit. So and back in the day it was like, yo, look, man, you gotta have your mind wrapped tight. You can't be out here just doing anything. And a lot of these bulls, they do monkey see, monkey do. You know, like the other day, I was watching some of the Graham young bull grab the gap, man. I'm like, what the y'all jamming concession stores and doing this? It's like 80 y'all. Yeah, like bull by himself. Like, what is this about? But they don't have no reason. They don't want no better. I guess it's like, bro, I'm gonna go do some dumb. You could, man, you ain't had to do that.
It's like they went from flash mobs to like dangerous shit.
Dangerous shit.
In groups.
Yeah, in groups.
Yeah. Like, even down to the youngins that's beating up old people walking home. Like they just doing dangerous shit in groups.
It's like for me to see what's going on, it's a shame because like we ain't have to grow up like that. We did grow up rough, don't get it fucked up. Like it was going down, a lot of stuff was happening, but the unity and the way that technology has fucked it up. Everybody see everything now, so you had to be back then. You could do some shit and they be like, "Hey, nobody seen it." You feel? Now it's like everybody see it. You got the ring cam, you got phones, you got.
But bro, I was so busy with school, hooping,
Right.
girls,
Right.
and mind you, we fought all the time.
Yeah, that look.
But I only had time to handle what was in front of me. I ain't had time to go looking to put myself into some other shit. You know what I'm saying? You in certain neighborhoods, you gonna have to rumble. You playing ball and doing certain things, you gonna have to rumble. You going to the parties all the time, hollering at chicks, you gonna have to rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
These
for
things
sure.
happen. But I wasn't going to parties looking for fights.
Or
I wasn't going to the
You wasn't
in
going
the
to
store.
parties with the 50 on you looking to hit nothing.
Yeah, like, it wasn't like
shit
that. We was
different
trying
now.
to compete, see who could get the most phone numbers by the end of
Yeah,
the night.
there you go. We want relationships and relations. Right. You want to have some fun.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And then when the fight used to start, it's like, here we go again.
Yeah.
And then you do what you do.
Dude, yeah, that's
But
yeah.
it was never our intention to go looking for stuff that could potentially get us locked up, violent charges.
Or even worse.
Not even no money attached to it.
Sad.
You know what I'm saying? You could die over it.
Sad.
So it's just like, we got to give one knowledge. We got to make them aware of options, and we got to keep creating options.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And listen, if they got the options to decide from, then they'll be good. Resources is definitely one thing that they need. But you also have to have a developed mind and want to embrace the resources.
Absolutely.
I've talked to people or not talked to people that be looking at. I just look at them and be like, it's no talking to him. Ain't no talking to him because you couldn't talk to me in my gang, but you could talk to me sometimes, and you couldn't talk to none of them because they was on a whole different frequency. And they say by the time your shit don't fully develop till you like 27.
Yeah, but what happens though with a lot of motherfuckers, bro, and it's the reason why I talk no matter what, if I feel the need to, is because a lot of people got the little brother syndrome.
Right.
Like, I've been a little brother. My sister say shit to make all the sense in the world. I'm like, so? That's shit, people. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I heard her. And I took heed to it on a low. I might not let her acknowledge it to her, but she's going to notice probably over time. I'll give you an example. My sister said, I used to have a bunch of hats. I was a hat boy. My sister's like, guys my age take better care of their hats. They don't leave them on the floor and have them all bent up. You just be trashing your hats. And I'm like, I ain't dumb. These my hats.
Right.
Dumb young boy shit. Nigga, I threw away all the fucked up hats. Took care of it and bought some freshies and never did that again.
Right.
But I bucked. You know what I'm saying? Bucking don't mean that they don't get it. And another example is, we know a lot of people that have done time. When they sit in that cell, somebody's voice ring back in their head.
Fucking right.
Might as well be yours.
Somebody.
Might as well be yours because you ain't gonna lie to them.
Yeah. Sitting in that cell is a whole different vision because when you in that motherfucker, it's just you, like you said, and it's just you and God. It's conscious shit. And that's when you get the biggest reflection. You can't, it's your reality hits you dead in the face because you can't leave to go. You can't escape to go back to reality. Your reality is set because you stuck. Your time is on pause. Niggas don't be knowing that shit because it's like, oh, I'm just soon as you hit that fucking straightaway, bro, it's over. Like you gonna crash the fuck out, and it be so hard for people to really understand that shit. It's don't like you said, like the boy Aldo said, don't wait till it's too late.
Yeah.
But it's serious because it could be easy, but then it's like I said, it's easy to get into trouble, but it's very hard to get out.
3 seconds of irrationality could ruin your life.
Factory.
3 seconds.
Factory.
You could be on a perfect path for 25 years.
Talk to me.
Did everything you was supposed to do and didn't think for 3 seconds, and your next 25 would be somewhere you don't want to be.
Right.
And that's like the reality that when we out here living and everybody's the man and we bravado, you don't like to think about the fact that you can fuck up that bad.
That bad, yeah.
And you can.
That pride shit is a bitch.
You can.
Well, they say it'll kill you faster than speeding bullet. But it will, right? It will. It'll take you because you making these undeveloped thoughts. Like it's like, bro, I need to go out here. I need some money fast. Now we slide to try to go some fucking money. Soon as we go try to hit the spot, the cops there or something. Like it's bang. It's just like that.
Pull it over before you get
right
after you leave.
Or on the way. Right. That's we ain't even get to hit that shit. So I mean, the energy is like.
I'm not trying to laugh at it, but it's the reality of it. And then also,
it is the reality of it.
When they tell you how much your bond is, they tell you how much your lawyer is, and you be like, how much was we about to get from that? And it was 3 of us.
Yeah, there you go. It don't even make sense. So now, where do it lead us to? Like, where do it lead us to? A dead end.
And it puts you in a position where you got to keep making drastic decisions because you cut your nose off to spite your face.
Right.
And your face card ain't good in these places. No
Talk
more.
to
That
me.
could put you in a better position.
Talk to me.
You got that thing on you, right?
It's on your.
It's on your paperwork.
Yeah, it's on you.
And that's what it comes down to, and it's sad. But I don't give up on us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a lot out of us. I've been around for a long time, and I've seen, like I said earlier, the pendulum is swinging in certain ways, and they're fighting hard as hell to slow that bitch down. But if we pay attention to what's beneficial and make that more and more elaborate, then we will be fine in the long run. But it's going to take some time.
Yeah, it's going.
It's never going to be everybody.
Now,
you're never going to get everybody.
This is what there you go. So now let's talk about that, because I have like a problem with that, but that's where I come to grips with myself and say, there's no way that we can save everybody. Just it's not everybody's not going to listen. They don't give. It's like motherfuckers just don't give a fuck.
I want to help those that want help.
Yeah. There you go. That's how I feel with life in general. But I do see people who be like, man, I just don't give a fuck. And you can feel like that, but if you don't give a fuck, God won't. I feel like God won't give a fuck.
Man,
You be out here just living however you want, and then anything will just happen, and people don't get it from a spiritual sense. I'm a deeper thinker because I've been through a lot, even from early standpoints. Like I started out young, 13 years old. We was doing shit at 13. You know what I'm saying? Grown people shit. I'm going to clubs in fucking New Jersey, Metropolis, with my fucking gang. I'm only 14. I look like I'm fucking 19. We ain't supposed to be in this joint. I'm already running around doing shit. Like my story is totally different from a lot of people's shit, and that's what man. It ain't different from today's youngin' either though, because there's a lot of youngins like that. Like they ain't got no mom and pop. Yeah, they out there.
It's youngins that's running neighborhoods about 15 now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They babies, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like growing up in my hood, shout out to Frankford, you know what I'm saying? You know, when I was in the hood like that and I was heavy active bull, bro, I done came across motherfucking 12-year-olds with the glizzy on them. Like, youngin, give me that joint. What you doing with that? He like, nah, his man, like, man, I told you not to. I grabbed both from him. Give me that joint. Matter of fact, youngin going, and I had to make them take it back to where they got it from. This is the streets earlier on. But like motherfuckers be loving that shit. They think it's a movie. This shit ain't this ain't Belly, dickhead.
No,
this ain't Belly.
But Frankfurt's different too.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it took a while for people to realize that
It's real.
Frankfurt was getting crazy.
Yeah, that shit
because
bananas.
everything is up there.
Yeah, you adopt that.
But it's the weirdest because, like, all right, I'll give you an example. I used to move and shake and just grab a lot of weed. One thing we knew about grabbing from Frankfurt, you can go up there and get a dime that roll 4 L's of drum. But if you get an ounce or a quarter pound, it's gonna be short. Every time.
Damn.
It was the weirdest shit. It was like
niggas penny pinching.
Niggas got it, but they ain't gonna let you come up off it.
Yo,
You get high as you
yo,
want.
right.
You can't make no money off of it. It was funny.
tight.
And you laughing because you know it's something
Right.
like that.
Niggas is, I ain't gonna lie,
I've
man,
been to
cutthroat.
What's the projects had that big ass cookout every summer, that big ass picnic that's out there?
Whitehall Prize.
Yeah.
Good.
I used to go to that shit every year.
Yeah.
Niggas used to be walking around with jars.
Yeah.
Big ass nuggets in
Yeah.
it. $10.
Yeah, back in the day, they.
Oh, let me get 5 of them. Let me get.
You-
Y'all got an else? This where the problem starts. You know what I'm
All right, they
saying?
gonna get that 28 grams. That bitch come back a dub.
And this is where you find yourself in Frankfurt. It's some bullshit.
Yeah, man.
But no, like it's funny. Like it was
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's like no, they getting it out here. Like my man was out there and he never even ran no plays. His player ran all the plays, cleaned the crib, all of that shit.
Heavy action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he used to just be fly all the time.
Gotta stay with your shit, right? You know, I come from treacherous towns, though. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't always like we was fly. We come from gritty towns from the mud, so we used to say
Absolutely.
heavy dickies. Niggas be. Listen, we come from the filth. Like I talk about my shit and my
That was
music.
Dicky heavy.
Heavy dicky boy.
Yeah.
I ain't Eminem, but I get graphic with my shit. I let you know, like, and that's why I wanted to go back to the tape too, and not, you know,
Yeah, we can do
the
that.
first from that. But like talking in the music sense, I be talking about certain shit I had to do in the trenches and trapping and putting coke. And then you see how them detectives used to be running. They running down on the kids, and then they go up. That's what they was doing back then. They swarm and have everybody on the wall, and everybody gotta get strip searched.
All
You know what I'm
your
saying?
blocks run funny. Everything
Yeah,
block.
everything running straight that way or this way. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta, like you said, it's straight up the ab. But that shit, bro, it's like, it had me thinking like, bro, I gotta find a way. Music was an outlet for me. In my gang too, because a lot of us rap, but I seem to take it more personal.
To everybody?
It was a lot of us. It was like 6 of us that rapped, yeah. So that's everybody, but the gang was 20 deep. But you know, 6 niggas talking about doing the same shit. You know, I felt like, yo, bro, I can make it with this shit. I'm fucking with the earlier on. Shout out to you know Diamonds El Nino. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was like a legendary Philly rapper, but he was from Frankford, from our neighborhood, and them niggas was coming up, and I was getting to coincide with them and do shit, like, cause we had the karaoke front of my crib. My block was lit, like, you know what I'm saying? So they'd come up, rap with us.
That's fire.
You know, Ice City and them was around the corner. Red Brick had the fucking Goodfellas cookout. So this is the time where I was coming up learning a lot of my traits. You feel me? Like what I wanted to do. We used to rap and shit and free. I couldn't write rhymes, so I used to freestyle. That's how I became so witty with just like bars. You know what I'm saying? As I learned, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the, there you go, right. I know I caught you in your act too, and that's how we did it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit really had me like electrified after that. Like, yo, bro, these niggas is different. Like they rapping about shit that I'm a kid, but I hear Nas, Jay, and fucking Pac, these niggas rapping all like, you know, but in the hood, these are niggas talking about this shit. I'm like, I'm on some shit like that. And then, you know, my gang was on some shit. You know, me and Hustle was, you know, we was like a duo. Shout out to Ye Hustle, that's my cousin. And at this time, niggas was running around and they really wasn't, you know, the streets was really effective. Like we talked about, you said the hood, it's nutty, shiesty shit going on. I'm like, man, listen, I had to catch a little juvie joint, nigga go away, come back, I got a bunch of rhymes. I'm like, nigga, it's time to go in the fucking booth. Now when I come back, bro, we start the block doing the Watusi. You know what I mean? I'm talking about that bitch doing it. I'm like, look, niggas is going to studio, but niggas going in the block. I had to decide. I had a lot of fucking rhymes. Shit was going down.
Watch the table.
All right. Yeah. My bad. Shit was going down, so I kind of put it like on my back. And I was like, man, I'm gonna go in the booth, and we start going.
Cause you had to drive, and motherfuckers was caught up getting money.
Yeah, listen, but I put my back. My mansion was hot too. Don't get it fucked up.
But that's a sacrifice, though.
Yeah, I took the sacrifice, but them niggas was on some shit like, man, fuck it, man. Somebody got, you know, going there. So I kind of put on my back and did me.
And they supported you?
Yeah, in the long run, niggas was fucking with it. You saying? But like, cause we was like a street shit was real, bro. Yeah. So we was tied up in the going in and out the studio, and it was like, you gotta make a decision. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it was like, bro, man, fuck this. I'm gonna go. I got these rhymes. I came home from the little juvie joint. I had a fucking book. Niggas got them books when they come back. Like, I was like, I'm getting busy now.
You was beating on your chest too?
Yeah, beating on my No, I ain't do the beat on my chest shit. But I really had the heart.
Niggas be fire.
Yeah, they be fire.
Cause how the hell do you keep up with all of that? And they be singing and rapping.
Them niggas be and lit like the bull from that 2 times. That nigga be snapping with that shit.
Snapping with that shit, bro.
Yeah. So I had the energy like, damn, the streets is on fire, bro. Philly was fucked up back then. We come from a hard ass city.
It was on the wall for you. Like, this is going bad.
Yeah, because you know it was summertime. We come back. Dipset was doing them. They had just dropped that Diplomatic album.
I know exactly the time you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, man, I gotta do some rhyming shit. I'm a pup. So that's when I really started running around this time, and I never stopped writing after that. Because remember, I told you I couldn't write rhymes. But around that time, I came back and the streets was on fire, and it was limbo, in and out of shit. But you know, cause the game.
I'm in the car anyway. Might as well get some money.
You feeling that shit?
I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to dabble.
Man,
It's blessings sometimes. It's fucked up, but
there we go. Even though what we do is wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Even though what we do is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's funny because one thing you touched on was, and you said it perfectly, bro. You said, Nas, Pac, Big, niggas knew all them. Yeah. But around my way, we had this, that, and third. And I think that when people talk about Philly and how like Philly is one of the places where everybody rap, or you could be nice, but a nigga's always gonna say, but my man, every neighborhood at that time that you talking about, remember, Off the Hook, Diamond District, all of those little, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Even down to all the battle rappers had cliques and all of that. Like, there was literally in every neighborhood. No, these niggas is right in front of me and they fire. Most one is beat like, no matter.
Philly was shit.
You know what I mean? You back Area Ave, they got 30 niggas.
They got 30.
Like, and so it's like, it was really that reality for us growing up where it was like, we liked those other niggas. I idolized Jay. Like, Jay is the only rapper that I ever really claimed in my life. Like, I used to tell people, no, that's my uncle. It was a joke, but I was humble enough to be like, I respect him that much. Like, I learned that much from this nigga that he feel like he my uncle. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the attachment that we had to them niggas that was at the parties, that was at the bowling party with us. Remember when the bowling parties used to be crazy?
Right,
Made
the
whole
bowling
mixtapes
parties was
off of
bananas.
Bowling party skits.
Yeah, but look, yeah, and they stopped doing them joints because a lot of people used to be coming out for the bowling parties, bro. I ain't even going a lot. They was everywhere. We used to have them at Adams Lane, Thunderbird, them them
They used to be standing on the ball racks.
drawing.
Yep.
He's just standing on the ball, yeah.
Used to be in the alleys twerking before it was twerking.
Yeah, before it was twerking. And these are the times where music for me and just the culture.
That's why I said I know what you talking about.
Yeah, we that's where I come from as an artist though, with the rap shit in the hip hop shit. They be like, bro, I respect the drill shit. I respect the new little niggas spinning and all that shit because I can't, like I said, who am I to judge? I was just like them, and like I come from that shit. But it's like, bro, how far are you gonna get with it?
But this the twist too, though, right? When people like the down the youngins and whatever they presenting right now, we've seen motherfuckers grow. Pop Smoke was elevating his shit. His skill set was growing. He was coming out of just bang bang spinning blocks.
Yeah.
Dirk. The shit that Dirk be on sometimes, even though he go hard on the other side creatively,
he can
Dirk
definitely
is
make
tapped
some
into
shit.
some other shit.
Yeah.
We've seen so many of them grow.
Bro, you gotta lock in.
And like Charlamagne say all the time, you gotta give Malcolm Little a chance to become Malcolm X sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
You see what I'm saying?
Factory.
But one thing we know about this game is if it's done right, we got resources enough to hire 6 to 10 people that wouldn't have been able to make that much money that year if they wasn't attached to what we doing if we do it the right way.
Okay.
So like the opportunities that they provide if they running their plays the right way, if they not 6ix9ine in themselves and surrounding themselves by people that's going to ultimately end what they trying to do. Talk to me about it.
Can we talk about energy?
Talk to me about it.
Now I want to talk about energy because I'm a firm believer that energy is everything, right? And it's the beginning and ending to life. It's a power source. Now you know if you gonna be into doing certain shit, you gonna get certain shit. But if you into doing good things and being around nature and nurturing certain energy, good energy, you gonna breathe positive things. It's gonna formulate. But that's how life works. It's a you gotta train it like that.
But we water down reality because what you just said is when you in the streets and shit happens, what do people say? Comes with it. Because you putting out bad energy come back. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna take losses. You're gonna get maybe booked, whatever have you. Might get stabbed. You might get shot. And when it happens to you, first thing niggas say is it come with it. Because bad energy comes with bad things. But we watered it down to it. Come with it. But that's the example.
Right. You want right. There you go. You want to make it seem like it's this. Nah, bro. You fucking me up.
You're not a victim.
Right. Cause now what happens is, to that point, it come with it, and you say you pressing it on like that. But what can we explain to the female who lost a son or the sister who lost a brother? You know what I'm saying? Or a brother who lost a motherfucking cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot mentally. And therapeutically, niggas don't be on the wave. They don't want to touch that side. They be like, bro, you gotta get help, but do you want to get away and further yourself and get help? You know what I mean? Because it's deep. Or you can stay here and die because it's all programmed. It's systematically set up for us to really be on some shit like that. Like, yeah, bro, I want to kill you. You want to kill me?
So you don't even gotta leave the neighborhood.
There you go. And I want to kill you about it. I want to fucking kill you about it because you touched my rocks over there about them. I just told you my player was coming, so that's what it's about. Oh, we going to worry about that? Yeah, we going to worry about that. So that's the thinking. We trained to do dumbass shit, and niggas don't know we guinea pigs on that ring.
But one thing that I tell people all the time is like, when you have nothing, all you have is your pride. You see what I'm saying? The more you get, the more shit that ain't worth it. Because you have more to lose. And people say it all the time, I got too much to lose. What I'm supposed to do? Put all this on the line for that? Vanilla Ice said it. He said, yeah, I gave shit $2 million. What I was supposed to do? Die? I had more millions. Like, motherfucker, like, people rationalize different when you got shit. But when you ain't got shit, all you have is pride. All you have is that staircase, that stoop. All you have is that car.
That
all you
ego.
have is that ego. That's all you own. That's all you own is your ego. And all reality.
That bitch.
You see what I'm saying? No matter how much money you can make in a day and a week, what do you own besides the title to that car and your ego? You renting somewhere because you can't stay nowhere long term.
Talk to me.
You see what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
And if you got an investment, you better not stay there.
Come on.
So it's like you only own your ego and your pride, and until you get to a position of like, I think about it all the time, even when I was younger. If something was to happen to me, the effect that it would have on my grandma, my mom, my little cousins, the people that I'm responsible for under me, you see what I'm saying, would change their life so much that it's selfish of me to cross certain lines and boundaries where I can't come back home in a reasonable amount of time.
Pressure.
You see what I'm saying?
Pressure.
But those were my values at a certain time. Now I've done so many things. We got awards and stuff for doing good things.
Right.
That it's
accomplishments.
Like, yeah, it's like now I'm on a trajectory where I can really do something for motherfuckers, and I don't want it to be done through my death. I don't want it to be the good thing that came out of while I'm gone. That's corny for me. It'll be dope because you want to die for something, but ultimately I want to be here to do it. You see what I'm saying? I want my mom and my grandma to see it.
I understand.
I don't want them to have to assume that it was a trickle down effect. Right?
I understand.
So we gotta be like when all you have is pride, you'll die over that shit.
What?
You do 30 years over that shit, and then come home and brag about it.
Or even be out of sync about it and don't know that what life is about now. So it's like this shit different out here because it's a programming.
Bro, your cell phone now is way different from your cell phone 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's a technology
6 years
shit.
ago.
It's scary. It's scary, bro. And dudes and people don't understand that shit, man. And it's like the boy was saying, I was tapping into some people. Boy was like, man, that robot do what? It could carry that. And I'm like, yeah, it could do what it want. You know what I'm saying? It could make, but if it could do that, imagine what it could do on its own. If it get to that, if it get that far. Because
the AI shit.
There you go.
The artificial intelligence.
You be playing the game you know how all the games transitioned and went from 1 to 2 as them joints went up, the fucking AI went up. So I'm playing NBA 2K whatever, and I'm like, this nigga just did a fucking cross and then made a nigga jump over the fucking stadium. Like what the, but he like this is really goofy.
Bro, you used to need a cartridge or a disc to play a game.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta pull it up on a joint.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know what's scary? Speaking of AI and speaking of video games, because I don't play video games. Bro.
No, me neither.
My last system was Sega. But I remember I was at my man crib and he had the Xbox Live shit. And they'd be playing a video game and it'll be an avatar. And then after you win, it would show the room. You know what was going on in the room full of niggas playing video games?
They was in there
bro?
beefing the chat.
You got a nigga in there bagging up. You got some people rolling up. You might got a chick in there on the couch. Why are y'all showing me the room and I was just the avatar? Somebody else is seeing this shit.
The
and
world
they see it the whole time.
Yeah.
And the other thing that fucked me up because I was late. When niggas would walk in the apartment, the drone would say, hello, such and such. As soon as they walked in, the Xbox Live drone would acknowledge them and load their own.
Oh yeah, they had the robot voice was talking to y'all.
No, it would show it on the screen.
Oh no, fuck that.
It would show it on the screen that the person that uses this
Expect
account,
the gadget.
Bro, I was like, oh no, y'all be having these drones in the trap house?
Yeah.
Like y'all is bugging.
Because everything is.
And this wasn't a trap house. This is a regular nigga apartment.
But listen, there you go. Them drones be everything is rigged and wired.
Siri would call the cops. If me and you got too loud and Siri was right there, Siri would call the cops on us.
You said Siri call the cops.
Siri call the cops on Alexa. The motherfuckers call the cops
Them
on
bitches
you, bro.
is tweaking. They telling.
And come on, man. You might got a woman that's passionate.
Right.
Ain't nobody getting hurt. I gotta go through this. You got my neighbors looking crazy down the nuisance house.
Call the law on him.
Bro, they'll even tell you. They'll even tell you. They be on the way. You like, what happened? You call somebody? No, they knocking on the door.
Damn, that's fucked up though.
People don't realize, like, it's funny because I remember a few years ago, probably about 20 years ago now, my man had just got back from Cali. And he was like, he had got into something out there that got crazy and it was cops. And I'm like, you put your hands on somebody? He was like, bro, you not allowed to be cussing people out and arguing in public. You can get arrested in citations for that shit out there.
We're out there? Fucking right.
Now, your house is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you got a smart house, that's your house now.
You're done.
You can't have a bad day. You had a bad day.
Yeah. Now everybody in your business.
But the thing is, awareness of these things. You see what I'm saying? Because we always want to fight against what is.
Yeah. Right.
It is what it is.
It is. There you go.
It is what it. Whatever you do now is on camera. What you want to do on camera?
Well, there you go. And the thing about it is, it's like, bro, the energy. If you fucking around with certain energy, you gonna be on that shit. You ain't gonna be about your money. You're not gonna be focused to be getting up, going to the gym in the morning. You ain't gonna be thinking about your kids. You ain't gonna be going to work. You ain't gonna be paying your bills because your fucking energy off.
What's your energy ratio? How much energy do you have to pertain to good and bad?
I think it's all about the environment.
I think that we subconsciously give negative so much more than we realize sometimes.
Yeah, I try to, even if I'm in a dark space, and I feel what you're saying about that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm in like a dark place, I know like it's dark as shit in here. I already know it's fucking like, I don't know why it's like this, but I'm out of here because I don't be on them shits. But it's like, bro, I still feel good because I'm of goodness. I'm of God. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in the dark, the light gonna shine. Feel
Every
me?
time,
Every
brighter.
time. Yeah, every time.
Brighter. But I mean, I've been
I get up, fuck out of
I
it.
try to explain energy to people in a lot of different ways. Yeah. Even like there's people that I believe in artistically and creatively, but when I look at their page, there's a whole lot of emotions that have nothing to do with the art.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a whole lot of trying to prove yourself. There's a whole lot of trying to get back at people. Right. And it's like, when I go through your page, I don't see a lot of positive energy. I see a lot of negative energy. Well, and that's your marketing space.
That's your marketing space, but it's society driven.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
You feel like you're supposed to do
right.
it.
You program.
You feel like everybody got to. You feel like you got to clap back.
Yeah, it's like I'm here to do this. I'm here for the clout, as they say. You know what I'm saying?
But I can't make money with you if that's how you carry it.
Right. I'm scared of you.
I'm afraid of you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you mentioned instances earlier, but we ain't gonna get into it. But it's just like there's certain things where it's like, yo, if you're not conscious of what you're constantly putting out, even if you're not doing bad things, you're still going to get back. Because the only people that's going to deal with you are people that live in that world.
In that world, there you go.
With you.
There you go. That's the thing. Now look, yo, that's the deep shit you just said. Damn. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that earlier in my head.
When you in a good space, you ain't trying to go around nobody no bullshit.
You gotta read. Can you read? Say that again for me, like real shit, because I was really thinking that earlier.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, all I'm saying is, when people are being dark, the only people that want to be around them are people that are dark also. If I'm in a good place, I'm not going somewhere that's going to bring me down. I'm not having conversations that's going to bring me down. I will avoid them. I can love you to death. Send me a text and I'll cash at you. I don't need the backstory. I grew up with an uncle, and I just told you, I just got a call from my mom. Put some prayers up for my uncle.
Prayers up for family.
But I'm not gonna put his name out there. But this is my uncle that's been in jail my whole life. Mm-hmm. So when I was a kid doing homework, and he would call, "Hey, where my nephew at? Put him on the phone." I learned at a young age that I had to figure out if I was in a place to take that call or not before I took that call.
That's right.
Because sometimes them calls get dark.
Dark.
And I have another uncle used to get drunk. Where my nephew at? And then just start unloading on me like I'm 30. Landlord did this, like he was talking about like his girlfriend. I'd be like, what are we talking about?
Like, oh, chill.
And I would be dark, and I had to realize that would do something to me. So it was a time where like they would say, "Hey, where my nephew?" And mom was like, "Where's Darnell? He's not here right now." She would look at me to see if I would give her the order. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there was a thing, but I've recognized energy as a young age before I knew what it was.
Facts.
Before I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I knew that if I woke up in the morning and got into it with my mom, it ruined my day.
You knew if you touched that stove and it was on fire, you get burnt.
You get burnt.
That's energy.
Yeah, all of that. Everything is inclusive. And energy never dies.
No.
So now that we're recording things, you're doing music, doing interviews. These things are going to be here after you, right? Tupac has a whole movie that's him in his own words, based on interviews that he did. They pieced together interviews and made a whole dialogue for a whole
crazy bananas
documentary out of him. So that's telling you that the energy you put out here sticks. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you're so aware of it is big. It's very big.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you, King. Real shit. It's like that's a big. That's really a how they say. What's that drink called?
What's that?
It's a
Meaning what?
When it comes to life, it's like one of the motherfucking how can I say? It's a golden rule.
Yeah.
Energy. You gotta know how. You gotta know it, because if you get up in that shit, it's like a tornado. what I'm saying? It'll take you somewhere else where you just don't want to be at. Like you said, you could be doing good, and then, you know what I mean, saying this and that. The next thing you know, that's coming around because the stuff that you're portraying.
Mm-hmm. And life happens, so
Yeah.
it's not to say that everything that happens to people is because of what they put out, but life happens.
Yeah, life happens. Stuff
But
does
you
happen.
don't want to put yourself in a position for more of the bullshit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, life does happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't just stop the things that's going ahead, like the trials and tribulations and error.
You're right,
That's
right.
explained. So,
But you gotta gain lessons from them,
yeah.
and you have to put people in a position not to fall into the same traps, because sometimes don't walk down that block mean don't walk down that block,
Right.
and sometimes nobody told you don't walk down that block, and
And
you
don't
had
be-
to be the
or-
one to tell the next one.
Oh yeah, don't be out there chilling all night and you know you supposed to be up and you got something to do in the morning.
What they say, ain't nothing open at past certain night but
But
legs.
legs.
Like
Yeah.
if you ain't out there, what you running around doing? Because ultimately, if you not on some shit,
Right.
everybody else that's out at them hours is on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it comes down to. Like I said, we simplify a lot of things, but all of these things, we say them all the time because they've been relevant for generations.
Facts.
They don't go out of style. These sayings don't die
Talk to me.
because life is life.
Yeah,
And
life-
life be lifing.
Yeah. Like
At
be
the same
like
time,
that.
sometimes niggas be nigging.
Nigga,
and we
shit,
gotta
yeah.
realize the difference, man.
Yeah, you got to be able to tell the difference, to separate these things, because what happens is you can't like describe what you see. You know what I'm saying? You get blocked by shit basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's a confusion tactic, and by that it's like you start, losing your whole thing. Your train of thought be off just by stress and pressure, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? You go through different things. People go through so many mental issues. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? You go through so many mental issues. To be like, damn, bro, you need help and you don't even know it, or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
When did you start tapping in, for you personally, when did you start tapping into the things that affected you and trying to peel away those layers or change certain things about yourself that you realize were a product of bullshit or a product of a place that you're no longer at?
All right.
Because it's not always bullshit.
No, it's not always
I want
bullshit.
to be clear.
Well,
Because some things are survival tactics.
like you said, some things is life, and I grew up. I had like one of those story life, like you could write a book on, right? So when upbringing, you know what I'm saying, with family and all that shit, right? So when it comes to that, it's like I kind of early on knew I was special, but then
I like that.
I got to, like I said, like 13, 14. We started early, so I was like, by the time I was 17, 18, I felt like I was 25, no kizzy. Like shit was different. I'm
I had
like,
the best weed and the best prices in my neighborhood by 15.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No
You like,
bullshit.
what's going on? And this shit crazy. So, but I really wanted to put
Access was crazy.
our access. Yeah, see, we didn't
That's
take
the
that for
problem.
granted. Nowadays, I looked at it like shit. We was growing up so fast. I wanted to put things down and be like, yo, at motherfucking 18, 19, almost to feel that age. I'm like, oh, I got to do something else. And I had my daughter, so let's talk about. Thank
big
God,
part,
bro.
too.
Shout out to my daughter,
I'm about to
Mooney.
say, God bless her.
Yeah, down there. So she kind of really changed everything for me. My best friends got killed too early on. That's another thing people don't know. That, like you said, that's the emotional side. The emotional side is the anxiety and the depression. You get into these feelings and it fuck your world up. So having a child kind of slowed me all the way up. And it do that for, if you're really a man and you love life, you gonna love your creation.
But you just pointed out something. I don't know if you just
What?
said it.
What?
You were doing things as a child. When your daughter came, you became a man. And you no longer wanted to do the same things you was doing as a child. Even though at points you revert back to what you know, you always knew that what you had on your plate was more than just pride and a couple dollars. You had a responsibility.
That's
you had
deep.
other assets that mattered.
Damn. You can
You
relate.
literally just said that. And it's like,
You can relate, bro.
everybody says that. Not everybody, but a lot of people have that story, but they don't even realize that. Bro, you was being a child. So
Facts.
saying you was outside early is cool.
Crazy.
But if you was outside early, it comes to a certain point you ain't supposed to
They
still be outside.
That shit got dark. I said, oh, fuck, time to go in.
If you'd have mastered this shit, they'd have been on your ass by now. So clearly you you out here just stumbling. Because if you was running it up, somebody would have had you in a position to be trying to get out of this by now.
Right, we made a little couple pennies, but we ain't do shit. But it's time, niggas. You seeing when you start seeing people that you love depart out this bitch, and you don't know why, and you just was with them and shit 2 seconds ago. You like it's some energy, some shit going on. You know what I mean?
I lost a bunch of people on my block coming up. I was one of the youngest on my block.
Damn.
Maybe the youngest, and then quickly became one of the oldest because everybody moved off the block or died. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And I talked to one of the OGs that was my old head's age, which is crazy because a lot of them died before they was 25.
That's
so
crazy.
I was looking up the kids.
Wowzers.
But I was like, yo, that shit was crazy back in the day. And they was like, you don't know everything, but at some point there was a dark cloud over your block. Based on things that happened, your cloud had an energy that your block had an energy that you weren't in the middle of it, so you didn't realize why things were happening. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was random stuff. Like you lose somebody under 30 to colon cancer. Somebody else get killed by the cops.
Damn,
somebody else, like it wasn't like they was getting took out of here on drama.
Yeah,
it was like random,
like life and like we speak on it. Like police brutality was happening often back then too.
Yeah,
I knew a kid that stole a car,
they killed
got
my man, retired from the police force. He ain't get fired.
That's wilders. You know what I'm saying? My folks back in the day, he was a kid, jumped out the car, ran, cops 15th district. These niggas took him out. I'm like, wow, he was a kid. He ain't had nothing in the car, but that was a reason to just, again, this is stereotype.
But what they used to tell you when they ran up on you or pulled you over, if you run, I'm gonna shoot you.
What?
Or I'm gonna fuck you up.
They used to tell me? That shit used to be different, bro. It wasn't like that. My shit was different. Like, if you move, I'm gonna blow your fucking head. Like, I'm like this.
No, I'm talking about even as kids.
Yeah, as kids.
We could be in the playground and be a couple people smoking weed, and we kids. I don't even smoke yet. Type
yeah,
shit.
the hood was on fire.
And they pull up and be like, if y'all run, we gonna fuck you up and we gonna shoot. Like, don't make me run. Like, bro, your job is to fucking run.
Yeah. You gonna chase me.
If I run and you want me,
I'm gonna make you work for your money. Yeah.
My job is not to fucking stop.
You ain't playing.
Like,
you ain't
what
playing.
What are you talking about?
Right.
But it's like, so when certain stuff started happening and it became a global thing, and people were shocked, it's like, no, we was raised by them rules. To get shot in the back and beat up and all of that shit, like, we knew that that's the chance you took. If you didn't get away,
it could be ass. It could be costly.
It could be bad.
I mean, growing up in the hood in the ghetto, basically, and it's. Bro, you had to have survival tactics going on in your lifestyle.
You knew who the fastest cop on the force was?
Right, you knew everybody. You had to fucking, it had to be programmed in your thinking. Like, yo, that's Spliv, that's Mikey, these are the names we was hearing growing up because you had to know when that bull spin that corner, he on your ass about everything that you was out there for.
We used to know when they ate lunch, had to know what Mark joints was on the streets that day. Real shit. Nigga ride past where they on routines.
Yeah, heavy. So they bending. Yeah, that's what.
Past, the escort wagon is out today. The Taurus is out today.
Everything's programmed. You need to know that.
Yep. You be knowing, and when you see the motherfuckers, be far. You wanna go shopping?
It's time to get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
You wanna go shopping?
Now that's what now when I be doing my shit, bro, like I try to tell people. Like, I don't knock the hood. I love the hood. I don't disrespect what's happening in it. I mean, I respect what people got going on, but I try to further myself and distance myself away from things that could derail my plans and thinking, because I'm trying to go somewhere in my life.
But you're consistent.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you don't want people on the treadmill. You don't want motherfuckers running hard as shit and staying in the same place. Because you've never done that.
Right.
So your consistency, you're the right person to get that message. But go ahead.
Right. I appreciate you, King. And coming from you, I know that it resonates because you had the same upbringing. You come from these trials and tribulations. Again, you a black male. This shit's so hard for us. They created systems to say, look, let's throw this goofy ass nigga in jail. He ain't got to do nothing, but we gonna make his mama cry. That 13th Amendment shit real. Cause I get deep as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I want to. That's why I'm glad I get to talk to you.
Do you read more?
I should be reading more, but I do read. I sketch through things, but I want to read more, like certain like pieces and certain things that could help me formulate my life. But I do watch YouTube a lot, so I get a lot of knowledge from that.
YouTube University is a motherfucker.
It's a motherfucker.
But and you can reference that. But a lot of the times with reading more, there's more that you can share. You could talk to somebody and say, yo, you know what book you need to read? Yo, you know what interview you need? You know what article you need to?
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to have all of that,
Right.
because of the direction that you're going in. But go ahead.
All right. So certain things I have been doing my research on, like certain books and certain things that I want to bring to a foundation in our existence. You feel me? But
Because Behold the Pale White Horse did a lot for hip hop.
what is it?
Behold the Pale White Horse. It's a story
Behold
that,
the Pale White Horse.
It's a story that was given to Goody Mob by like Busta Rhymes, by like they passed it through hip hop back in the day, and you start hearing certain albums, and that's what they was talking about when they was talking that Kaja shit.
Right.
Spook that sat behind the door. A lot of different stories that was ran with, and now we have more. But yeah. So just that as a reference point, that's how you expand your shit.
Right. And I think it's about what you absorb too. Like I'm working on like a piece of art right now. It's like a poem. It's like a short poem, you know, because that's what I'm about to start making my shit be like more relatable too. Because I don't really want to be on like I'm a rapper or I'm a drill rapper. I'm an artist. You
That's
see
a
with this
whole
shit.
nother project because music is shorter now, and you can always put production under words.
Right, and I just like other shit. I'm different for real. I like melodic shit. I like R&B. You know what I'm saying? I like music. So I'm trying to add that on with my shit. And other artists that I link up with, that I hear, I fuck with them. I hear them doing that shit. I'm like that makes me like attracted to what they do. So it's like, damn, that's dope. If I hear you doing some shit like that, like you said, it's different shit. Like, and it makes me like damn, what can I emulate?
Don't just work on one poem, write 20 of them, and become a fucking best-selling author. Put a book out.
Right. I got some shit. Right. I got this joint coming. I'm gonna lay it though.
Tell me you gonna put a book out. I need you to put a book out. I think poetry would be a good start for you. Because it doesn't have to line up, it just has to be dope, different energies. Right. And then when you're ready to put your story together, you can put out something different from another angle. Yeah. I think we need that from you.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Do about 20 poems. It don't take much to make a book.
Nah. I know it don't, because I write effectively, you know what I'm saying?
And make sure you can get published in the prisons.
Yeah, of course. Let them joints get right out there to the folks, man, free the jails.
Physically, however,
we got to make sure that the people get it. I be feeling like I just want to touch more people in general. Like you said, through reading, you could definitely touch more people because they see it physically. They grab that joint, pick it up, look at it. Because when I was away back, and when I did go away for a little situation, it was like, yo, moms was sending me, of course, the good books. You know what I mean? And I don't knock religion. I'm more spiritual. But I don't knock nobody religions. But I was getting everything from. My family is both. So we got Christians and Muslims. Philly. I'm from Philly, right? So it get deep. But so I learned more about embodying the soul and spirit, and then, like the sun and all that, and the moon, and I know about like the spiritual sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me, when I tap into that shit, it be different. Like I was in there getting some words from her, and just taking it in, and just seeing my own walk through life, going through them them hardships by my fucking self. I'm going through them hardships. I'm like, man, this shit tight. Like shit getting crazy.
And what's the words that wind up back in your head? The words from them books, or the words from them conversations that you had about the book. Yeah, I had that going on. I had family members. It's like you said, somebody to be there to help. Like you talked about, like these people, these good people they still there that can uplift you and bring you out the rut somehow, some way. That was take advantage of that shit.
Yeah, man. It was the fake. Definitely take advantage of it. I had to, because I didn't see no other way out though. See, that's how I got back to my thinking. Because again, I was telling you, it was like a confused tactic. You be fucked up, man, when you stressing and you depressed and you got anxiety and you stressing.
And you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, you fucked up. You don't even know you going through. And how that nigga say, I got PTSD and all that shit from looking at Lil Herbo. Shout out to that nigga, because guess what, dog? That shit was happening for everybody years and years ago. When you think about history if you black, not just a fucking human period, it's always been violence and dumb shit. So, you feel that shit. You feel the energy. You be like, man, this shit ain't right.
It's a weight. And just like what you said, you kind of you keep touching on stuff that I like.
Yeah, my dog.
But even in religion, no matter what religion you subscribe to,
yeah, I'm not religion.
One of the best things that I've heard from somebody trying to preach Christianity was, if somebody tells you something that God said, look in the book and see if it's in there. You see what I'm saying? Ask them where it's at in the book. Do your own research. Follow up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, don't just believe because somebody tell you to believe. And I believe that if somebody tells you that about anything, then I can trust you a little more about the situation.
Right.
And so that at that point, I don't want to just know. I want to know where it came from. You see what I'm saying? That becomes an across the board thing. That trickles down into entertainment when you start doing business.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I heard about 360 deals, but you could play yourself thinking every artist at that time was taking 360, so you gotta take one. No, now you in some bullshit.
Well, you know, it'll get real bad for motherfuckers when you don't know the business because, again, a lot of motherfuckers just don't know. It come with some shit. And it's 90% mental, 10% physical. So if you just don't know, you don't know. And it's not what you know, it's who you know.
10% of it is the art anyway. Like, even the song itself. Once you get the record, how does it become a hit record?
Here you go.
Everybody wants a hit record, whether it's whether it's a street hit, whether it's a club hit.
Let's talk about it.
Hit.
Let's talk about the footwork that you got to put behind just...
You going up against Walmart and Amazon, first of all. So they putting millions behind they product. How much you got behind yours?
Come in, Jimmy Leg.
Yo. Somebody at the door.
No, did he come in? I'm going to see.
But like, that's already what's going on. I mean, you got a couple records that people would consider a hit, and it's just like, why the people ain't on it right now? Why niggas ain't hear this yet, right? Yeah. You've been through that. Yeah. That having had them conversations with the homies, like, they like, well, just put out a such and such, and then that's what what's the name did, and you like, bro, it's a little different. I'm putting my team together. I'm working my machine. I'm gonna do this and then do that. Yeah. Because I don't have Walmart back in my play. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, you go through that, right? Yeah. You definitely go through that because... And the homies got your interest in mind, but they don't know the business. Nah, they don't know the business because a lot... It's that, but that be like, goddamn, I want to see my dog, but you don't... You gotta know things. Baby, it's fucking connections and politics that go into this. So it's like, bro... I be on my type time where, excuse my language in French, but you gotta shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And it get like that. But I got in one of them situations with a homie, and this was years ago, but he was like, yo, just put out a bunch of mixtapes. And I'm like, bro, one, the mixtape shit was transitioning. I knew what they was doing with the copyrights and with people's tours and shit. You knew it was coming? Because I'm in the business. Two, I was recording over all original music. And if I got an agreement with a producer, like, yo, we gonna do this for a mixtape, that's one thing. Right. If I get packages of mixtapes from producers, and then I just put out a mixtape with some quality they want, you know what I mean? Yeah. That kind of work that was supposed to be album worthy and all of that, then that's a slap in the face to them. Yeah, you bastard. And the return ain't what you think it is, because I'm not DJ Drama. You see what I'm saying? You playing these games with us. This is not a gangster grill. Yeah. Now, to be heard is one thing, but you're not even talking about me being heard. You talking about breaking that ceiling. I'm telling you that the game is shifting from G Unit right now. Right. I got this. I got it in the padlock and the headlock. I got the resources. You know what I'm saying? Familiar. I know him. Jimmy Lee, that's a legend. I met him before. Yeah, good. That's good. Yeah, you Oski. Word. So, like you said, but I got this thing down to a science. Shut the fuck up. And you got to, because you trying to tell me something that I've been doing for a long time. But their heart is in the right place. But now you going. There you go. Don't have me second guessing. Yeah. Listen to my play at least too. There you go. That's that thing that's big. Let's not have this conversation without you respecting what my idea is. It gets there because you have, like you said, the interest at heart makes them force it like that. Like, you nice. Why you ain't winning? Alright, bro, give me 150. Yeah. Give me 150, tell homie to give me 80. You give me 70, and that's gonna last us 3 months. There we go. Let's get this marketing plan together. That's gonna last us 3 months. Let's get this branding plan together. Let's put this shit in a package together. And if it come back, it's gonna take 18 months. What you wanna do? Niggas ain't doing that. Niggas ain't doing that. They don't want to invest the time. They don't understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. No. So therefore, it's going to take some serious thinking, and you know what I mean, and strategic thought. You know what I'm saying? Because people want things to be instant, but it's not. It's not life is not a microwave. And everybody, time ain't your time. Like, it would be beautiful to the first record that I dropped that everybody caught on to, that I fuck with, to be my hit single. That would be awesome. But also, I've seen artists where when they had that momentum and other people got on before them and they start resenting them people, 10 years down the line, they got their moment and it was better. And it lasted longer.
Talk to me.
You see what I'm saying? I seen a lot of little Philly niggas get deals, and we ain't seen a single, album, nothing.
Exactly.
We seen mixtapes.
Yeah, we seen mixtapes.
But mixtapes is what Philly niggas do. We do
Right.
that shit. We can do that 2 days of me and you just going in.
Now you know, like that, like it's crazy you said that because I believe in the art. Like we talked about art. Like we've been talking about this whole podcast, right? When you create, it's supposed to come from a certain place. You know, motherfuckers just be dishing it out now, like throwing them out. I just dropped the tape, man. I got 18 bangers on that joint, bro. I need you to hit the linky.
I put out 3 6-packs. 3 EPs, 6-packs. Different vibes.
There you go.
Different kind of beer.
Right. There you go. And I want you to get into this, but it's a special package. You know what I mean? Specific. Yeah, I mean that you can get into. You can't just be pushing. I mean, you can, but it makes it less. You don't have the. You don't get attracted to it when it's not like when you don't build it right. When you don't cook that food right, it don't taste right. You be like, man, that shit ain't. Hey, man, they cook that shit in 2 seconds, man.
And it come back bad business.
I need some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Come back bad business wise because what we seen when you want to think about the Wale, Wiz, Nipsey Hussle era when they was first coming out, a lot of the songs that they wound up performing was they mixtape joints. The problem with that is we ain't work out no splits for them joints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This might be my biggest record. You produced it. Now we got a problem, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It becomes the
So
Suge
it's
Knight
like-
effect. Niggas is playing them games.
So it's like
Well, again, when you
running
first of all,
onto your back.
it adds on. It does. It subtracts because if you're investing in this
Subtracts.
products and you're losing and then they're gaining from our hard work, like you said, bro, it becomes a problem when you don't know the business. But when you get on, it's supposed to be, and y'all lit already. It's supposed to be solidified that, bro, we do them split streets, this shit right here, boom, this shit
We can do
percentage,
them on the phone,
right?
man.
Send them right, yeah, you definitely can. We BMI, we got everything right.
There's an app for that.
Everything straight.
Yep.
So when you talk about that, it be puzzling because it shouldn't be happening like that in the game. You see what I'm saying? The culture is different. We should be able to help each other. It's like one hand wash the other, both wash the face.
Knowledge is power. Motherfuckers believe that, alright, like I remember a time I had a conversation with Siegel. And this was the time when he was against putting out free music or whatever. And he had recorded a whole album. I know one of his close people I rode around for about 1.5 years listening to this album. It's fire. He was shopping it the whole time. He wanted a lot of money based on what he got for prior albums, and he wanted a lot of money on the split from the sales based on what he got from prior albums. But it was a digital age. This was after some of the cases.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but he was like, I don't come from that internet shit.
Yeah.
And I recorded this myself, so they got to pay me because I didn't use they budget for studio or nothing, so I should get that back.
Right. I need
The
that.
album never came out. And if he would have dropped 1 or 2 of those songs, it would have built the momentum and somebody would have invested in that album.
Yeah.
He didn't understand the transition of the game at that time. Eventually we seen Beans come around a little bit more, but I'm telling you, I remember having this conversation, and that's what happens with hip hop.
Right.
That's what happens through poverty. We're not aware of the swing of that curve coming. Of like, no, this is shifting. The same thing I was trying to tell my man about the
It's
mixtape.
shifting.
Like, no, the mixtape game different, bro.
Shit.
Like,
It's
you
coming
think-
to an end.
You think they ain't about to lock up DJ Drama? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
And when that shit happened, it was like, what the fuck just happened? Because what happened?
And what everybody
that
else
shit
do.
fucked my. Yeah,
everybody else
there you
did
go.
like this.
It
And
really-
act like they was never doing it.
But it put a wrinkle effect. There you go. Everybody put that shit down, bootleg it. It was like bang. And remember what was that shit? I used to get my shit from LimeWire. All that shit was disappearing. You couldn't.
We seen it happen over and over and over.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of those things because at the same time
Different
you
time.
are investing.
Yeah.
And if we're not even talking about money, like we say, everybody has different responsibilities, different upbringings, different things they have to take care of.
Yes, sir.
Your energy, your time, you don't get back. So
Nah, ain't
if
coming
we
back.
gonna put this fire together, we have to put it in the best situation to be in the best situation. But that might not necessarily mean this the one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear you. You already know.
So maybe they do need to shut the fuck up, but I do appreciate the effort.
Right.
But listen to my plan.
Listen, what I'm trying
Come
to
in
do.
on my side. 'Cause
Right.
You might know somebody that can help me more than you know they could.
Feel what I'm trying to
Because
get.
you don't even know that they on an angle that helps. When graphic designers became more important in the game, motherfuckers on the outside wasn't aware of that. They wasn't looking at these. Everything was about the art you could put on Instagram about your project. 3Ds and reflective things and rotating things.
No, they wasn't taking
when
that all
on
in.
YouTube, it's action going on a little picture in the background.
Right.
The screen. Like, they wasn't hip to that. That was a part of this.
Right.
You might have knew somebody that was ill for that for me. You worried about me doing a mixtape. I need that nigga to do me a cover.
I need that nigga to
For
be
one
in
song.
my life. Yeah, I need him.
One
Yeah.
song.
I need him to help out a bit.
Because that's what the game changed to.
Yeah, and people don't understand positioning. So what they try to do is belittle the people at the bottom that they need to help to get to the top.
Because they think you got to be Lil Wayne, or you wasting your time.
Nah, you gotta work with your people because guys send everybody a certain flocking. So they out there is just the fact that you don't know how to network with them and work with them because you just got this ego problem where it's like, man, I'm gonna do that. So you ain't never really gonna have the team you need.
Philly heavy on the ego.
Really heavy on that shit. I done been in a lot of cities, bro, and it's like when we go places, we get a different attraction.
You start feeling like an asshole.
You feel different. You feel like what the fuck is
why
going
am I acting like this?
Yeah.
Nobody out here is acting like that. I'm looking at niggas like, what you looking at me for? And they like, hey, how you doing, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I should have spoke first. Shit, I gotta start speaking.
Yeah.
Like, because deep down, you've been saying it this whole time. Spiritually, you know what it is,
Yeah.
and as a people, you know we all together.
We all together.
You know what I'm saying?
We should. It's crazy because we don't be thinking that like, damn, bro, it ain't about it. It's all this shit is a conversation, and it's about knowledge because knowledge is power, like you said earlier. And power is knowledge. If you got that shit, you can change your whole thing. You can change your existence, your whole world. Like Puppy said on the movie, and he said it's the big, so it had to be real. You can't change the world until you change yourself. So what the fuck you gonna do, bro? You gonna keep doing the same shit? If you keep doing the same shit, you gonna get the same results.
And it's crazy because I just watched C's on My Expert Opinion recently, and the things that he got from Big as a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old before Big died, it's like, yo, Big was so intentional and so understanding of his purpose and capabilities up until that point as a young man.
Talk to me.
As a young 21, 22, 23-year-old man.
Talk to me.
That it's amazing. It's one of those things where it's like he had all that early because he was going to die early. You see what I'm saying? Like, people are 40 before they're introspective. Yeah. Before they start digging into them. 35 for men a lot of the times. Somewhere around there. Or they in a bad situation, they ain't got no choice. But you know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot for us to get to where Big was about understanding his impact on people. Yeah. From his block
you right.
to when he got in the business and wanted to structure how he ran his plays in the business. Yeah. He understood his level of impact. We don't get that. We beat at the wrong shit.
And everybody wants to
punching brick walls instead of heavy bags.
Hold
we
up.
not sharpening.
And everybody think that they could deal with that pressure for real, but it's a lot. To whom much is given come great responsibility. So you have to really watch the shit you absorb when you fucking with that from a certain stance. It's like, dog, do I really want to be over here fucking with this, or do I want to be over here fucking with that? Because I was given the keys to all doors. You know what I'm saying? But it's like dudes that get that shit. I've been in situations. I'm gonna start talking a little bit later on when I get my train rolling, and we'll do some more talking.
Yeah, you know you
of course.
Bro.
But I've been in some situations where it's like, dog, you know, dudes got the keys to the door, they in it and it's lit, and it's like, bro, they playing with fire when they get in that joint. It's like, bro, I ain't with that. You gonna give me the key? We gonna do some shit. You gonna be like, Sammie, like do some fundraising shit. We got the kids. We ready to get back. Let's do this and that. You know, this and the third. I'm with that.
But let's get into perception. There's a lot of people that have the keys and they're in a position, but they're holding on by dental floss. And if you hold on too, that shit gonna pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the strongest, thinnest rope you gonna get. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they know that it's a lot of flogging, fronting, and you know, nepotism, whatever have you, relationships, which is part of business at all times. Yeah. But
Robin shoulders, I guess.
If we gotta put enough behind you for 12 people because you say, yo, I'm a good judge of talent and character, I need these 12 people to do my thing, and then I come through there with 3. How long you got left? You see what I'm saying? And that's business. In general, why are older people getting priced out of these companies? Because I could pay 3 people what I pay you to do 3 different things as opposed to what I pay you, right? if you need all these people to do your bidding and do this and do that, and I could come through with a team of 4 that have the same productivity, you out the way.
Out the way.
So if you watching me, even if you respect what I do or you admire what I do, you see that how I move. You see I walk in with 2 women, maybe 1 homie, and the whole room shifts and everything is handled. You see what I'm saying? You see that when it's digital, it's real. Like, you see that we cover all of those bases.
Right.
That's scary to a nigga that might want to help you. Because at the end of the day, his chick ain't trying to hear that you bought 4 people through and you the shit. She gonna fuck you next.
That's heavy.
Because half these dudes got their bitch off their position.
Right.
Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it. Talk
You
to
see
me.
what I'm saying? Like,
Talk
it's
to me.
different. And one thing that you've been consistent about in this is that you've been who you've been for a long time. You just shifted your efforts.
Yeah,
You've
definitely.
always been a tall guy. You've always been a social person. You've
Right.
always been around motherfuckers and done things. You just changed the way that you do things and the reason, your purpose behind it.
Right, there you go.
Everybody ain't like that. You know when motherfuckers found themselves? When they threw 5,000 in the strip club for the first time.
That's strong.
That's when he became a man.
Damn. That's crazy.
He's scary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's scary.
Yeah.
Because his chick got everything.
Now that thing, that
no
thing is,
reason.
for me, it's a, you had it nowhere fast because like you said, you would crash early on by just thinking like that. You want to throw your money, you want to be this thing in the world where it's like I have to be seen. It's so many things in the world. God made so many beautiful wonders. And we just one of them, the human race.
But you want to be seen in the worst neighborhood of your city.
Right, nigga, go see something. Right, that's what I was about to come.
People.
There you go. That's what I was getting up to. Like, nigga, go see something.
And I'm big with this drink.
The world is beautiful.
In moderation. I like to drink, so it's not bad having somebody negative running while I'm drinking. But I ain't making it rain, bro. I'm tipping because I'm respectful.
Listen,
but I'm not
who
in
the
there
fuck-
trying to prove nothing.
I'm not
to nobody.
going-
Is y'all crazy? And halfway through this, I'm gonna go play pool for the next hour. Like, I'm not.
I come from them conditions where, all right, we done did some shit, we done had some fun, but nowadays, back in the day period, you had to be smart with your cash.
And what could that have done for somebody else? It's cool. Shorty need that money too. Not knocking.
Right. Yeah, but
it ain't gotta be yours, and it ain't gotta be that much.
Yeah, right.
First and foremost, she did not anticipate you coming in there and spending 5,000.
Right.
So she was good regardless.
That was
right?
crazy though. For five bands though, 5 bands was out of pocket.
But at the same time, how many young boys on your block could use a new pair of sneaks, a book bag? Mom might need a tune-up or some.
Mom might need a whole motherfucking transmission. She
You know what I'm saying?
She can't drive that motherfucking
And
Pinto.
you threw $5,000 at Shorty because she got a body done.
Yeah, that motherfucking body faking in a motherfucking $3 bill.
I had an old head that back in the day he used to give me books and he used to give me DVDs back in them days. A lot of knowledge, learned a lot about Moors and all type of stuff through this OG. You know what I'm saying? And he said, "Yo, y'all be having fun." He
Right.
said, "I hear about y'all every weekend. I see you come in because
You
you live
working.
on my block."
You
He
working.
like, "Y'all throwing parties, y'all doing it." He like, "Do y'all ever raise any money for anything?" And I'm like, "What you mean?" He like, "Y'all got money, the party is the party. Do y'all ever party with a purpose? Do y'all ever say like, you know, if you donate this, then this goes to this, or a percentage of the party goes to this, or have a box, bring cans or socks, or you know what I mean, things like that." Like he asked me that, and I was a young man. I was just well over 10 years ago.
Okay, talk to me.
And that's been on my brain ever since. Because I've been young and had clubs on Delaware Ave, clubs on 2nd and Chestnut, you know, lounges on 2nd and Chestnut, I should say, and had them popping every week. And when it wasn't popping, we either buying everybody drinks and giving them their money back. Like, we ain't even tripping because we did our thing.
Yeah.
But when he said that, it's like, well, shit, you put another spin on it. And I had a couple events where, like, we collected stuff for the homeless. They did undergarments, female sanitation stuff, and socks.
Right.
And people came through with all that. And you know what I mean? And it's just like, all you gotta do is kind of put it out there. So sometimes we be thinking that we gotta do something so big, but if you gonna invite somebody to your release party, your listening party, you could collect for something.
Listen, you can definitely do that. You can definitely accept contributions. So
Yeah, you can say, I ain't costing you now. I want y'all to come hear the music, but we're trying to bring attention to this or whatever. We're trying to raise something for this. So if it could be kids, bring a basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
anything.
like for me, I don't mind like donating because we blessed. So when I think about that, it's like I get so much. It's nothing to give back.
We just gotta be more intentional about the opportunities that we have to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get caught up in the emotion.
Now hold up. See me.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Like me, I look at it like like you said, everybody they just not gonna be on that frequency. These you gotta force some people to do that shit. You gotta force some people to be good. You gotta force these. I don't really be liking to force people to do nothing, but when you
example.
Yeah. There you go. And they'll see it, but they be like, damn, why I can't do that? Nigga, you can't do it because you don't wanna.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that shit? The person that's hating on you will do it because they're hating on you, right? But guess what? 30 people benefited from that.
Factory.
It is what it is at that point, right? It's still a win. It's still a win. So like you set the example.
Lead by example.
Lead by example. And if whether they do it or not, one, they can't say you ain't did it. Two, 9 times out of 10 they gonna emulate.
Emulate. Well, if we get,
and that's positive.
It's positive. But if we get 2 out of 10, I say we did our job. It be that deep. You gotta think about it. And if
you can save one life in your lifetime, you live well.
How many you think you saved? Talk to me.
More than I'm willing to account for, because a lot of what I've done,
I don't even know how many I fucking saved. I know I saved some though.
A lot of what I've done was paying it forward, and the only reason that I know it was effective is when it comes back around and that person acknowledges it, or I see it in a different light. Okay. So I don't, you know what I mean? It's not a counting thing for me. Like I feel like so many people that didn't have to do shit for me did extraordinary shit for me, and died, and I could never pay them back. So I'm on a treadmill that way. Paying it forward is never going to stop for me.
That was deep, bro.
Paying it forward is never going to stop for me.
You a deep ass thinker, man. Like.
Oh no, trust me. I'd have been in bad situations if it wasn't for some people that met me 2 months ago, and they owe me shit. You see what I'm saying?
Change it.
And I lost them before I could ever show them this or any other thing that I did that was a product of what they've done.
Yeah,
the opportunity they provided.
I feel like that about like from a musical standpoint, like, and you know, we was fucking with Faust and shit. That was my guy. You know what I mean, and like going through like my whole studio living, I fuck like different with him. I fuck with him like the heaviest over there. You know, she's just cool, but bro was like different because he didn't know hold. That's why we're gonna do the no hidden gems too, because he was a component that didn't hold no gems from receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because he always put us on game and show love.
Yep.
Dudes be trying to like withheld information and it'll fuck up the science.
But you know how blessed you was for that. You know how many people didn't even. You know how many people recorded at that studio and didn't know that Faust was a producer. I used to be like, yo, Faust produced 80% of my album. They like, he made beats. I'm like, when I used to finish the session, Faust used to play 12 beats for me. And if I nodded to 8 of them, they was in my email by the time I got home.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
And he's a Rough Rider, platinum plaques, and he done it.
He made classic.
He one of them. And it's just like, yo, he loved us.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize because he was so cool, but he didn't do that for 85% of the people that came through that studio. Bro. He did for you.
Yeah.
Talking to you the way he did, giving you beats, any of that shit that he did for you, bro. People didn't know that Faust existed. There's a Faust that sits there, pulls his hat down and his buttons, and says, "It's cool, my G," and that's it.
He was very, very, very influential in the upbringing of what we do right now. And he had the ties. I met a lot of different engineers and producers with his like tenacity. You know what I'm saying? He would go crazy with that shit. So I learned. But when I was hopping, studio running my rounds, as you say, through the underground.
I've done it.
You know, studio.
I went studio to studio. I wanted to see where I was comfortable at.
Yeah, and I was at Sound Gallery. I met when I first came back too. So I was fucking with them heavy, and down there I ran the Sand Can, and that was my guy. Shout out to Sand Can on. And bro showed me love. We definitely had some unfinished business going on that we had did. It was a lovely situation because, the love be rare, but it be real.
I love to see y'all rock something together, cause y'all two
Oh,
tall
we
niggas. Like, he's big, but like you a tall nigga too. I
Yeah.
would love to see y'all have one of them joints that's one of them joints and tear it up live together, yo.
Bro.
Just out of like, you don't even see rappers, bro. 90% of rappers is 5'8" or below.
These was listen. Earlier on,
All our favorite rappers is bitches.
I'm giving
Jay-Z and 2 Chainz.
and I want and I was telling him how all this shit was happening early on. We was getting busy, bro.
Yeah.
And my relationships and ties with guys was true. I'm like, bro, you know, I'm dropping material. I got a lot of like mixtapes. So it's like, bro, they done. Them joints there.
So
But
how much work we got on the way? Because we've been getting the energy and all that, but what we looking forward to for the next few rollouts? You got?
well, we doing right now, we're getting into the video production of the album, for the project.
You're right. What's the name? Say the name again.
CLR, After Life After 1617.
Right.
And we're getting into that. So we're gonna start recording the videos for the album. But we working on these freestyles first. These joints is like, they two key components because at first they classical, and then second, I killed this shit.
Talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
You get busy already.
we gonna go crazy with those two. Shot by Jimmy Leg, who's in the building tonight.
Yeah, salute to my guy.
Oh.
Quick edit, got my man right. But outside of the project, you said you want to tell me something about the cave, man.
So yeah, man. Back in the day, growing up doing the music and shit, we running around. We used to be going to 7th and like old guys. Up top. Bat Cave, the original Bat Cave. Shout out to Rug, my OG.
Salute the Rug, man.
You know, Rug, real thorough.
Yeah.
And we was kids around this time. He could vouch for that shit. We was in there with Facing Them, Red Brick, you know what I'm saying? And you know, they was doing their thing up there. And J.I., we used to record with J.I. Shout out to J.I., that was my guy.
Salute J.I.
Have us in the studio, dumb high. We got all the weed from Ella. You know what I mean? And man, the sessions used to be crazy. State Prop recorded their first album in there though. They used to be right next to. We used to be in the B studio. They used to be in the A.
Yep.
But you know, from time to time, they wouldn't even be in that joint. So we'd be in there, you know,
Session
walking
in the
around
big
there.
room.
Yeah, and this was around the time when we really didn't take the music seriously though. This is what I was telling you about how we were like, damn, fuck this, you know, it was the ego. And but those times, I took advantage of that shit though. Everything that's when I told you I learned how to write. You know what I'm saying? I was getting to my therapy. It was like a exercise. I love that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it helped mold me though through life though, for sure. Because without music, I don't know what the fuck I would be though. I don't know how people, like I said, get that key and be like, damn, let me play with this shit. Then you give me that key, it's up because I believe in what should be done with it. But I also want to help people too. I know we can't help everybody, but we gonna help some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing.
And everything ain't 100. Like
No.
everything you invest in is not going to flourish, especially not right away. But at the same time, you only invested in shit that you believe in. It's like what they say about art. People that know art, when you say, if I want to get into buying art, what should I do? They say, buy stuff you like. Buy what you like. Don't worry about what's appraised at this and what everybody is worried about. Buy what you like.
Right.
And then build value based on what you like. And the market will be what the market is, but you'll at least have investments that you'll appreciate.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And it's the same way in entertainment. Every script that come across a joint that Hollywood put production behind don't come out. You see what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
It don't come out. So
Talk to me.
we're not exempt when you think about it that way. It transfers.
Yeah.
But no, man, I definitely had a great time talking to my guy, man. This has been. Matter of fact, hold on real quick.
You already fucking know.
But I ain't used the soundboard all motherfucking day.
I had a good time talking to my bro too.
Nah, and one thing I want to say is, as somebody that I've been seeing work for a long time, none of your intentions that you expressed today, none of the energy that you gave me today was beyond where I thought you was at. And that's not to say that I'm all knowing, it's to say that you are walking with purpose.
My brother.
Those things exude off of you. Everything that you said that you care about today, I already know about you in the short form just from being around you in the entertainment space. Never been in your living room. You know what I'm saying? But I know the kind of values that you stood by, and I salute you for that, because it's the reason that you are where you are and why you're going to be greater later.
Real one.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to say that to you.
Well, you know, I from me to you, I feel like, you know, we got the same type of vibe going on, bro. We come from the same type of background. So it's like I always saluted your energy.
Appreciate that.
I know that you work hard with deep thought, working, writing, transitioning to this shit on with this podcast, and it's a big accomplishment.
Thank you.
So I just want to give you your roses.
No, I appreciate
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Real shit.
Tell my people how to keep up with you, book you, hear what you got out, see what the visuals is, time frames for drops, whatever you want to talk about.
Well, we you can get everything's out right now on all digital platforms. The tape, you know, and we
you gotta say the name every time you say the tape.
Well, the tape is out. 16 set the life after 1617. You know what I mean? You can download that, John. It's out. You can subscribe to my page though on YouTube, my channel. That shit, we try and get that shit rolling.
Yeah.
But the views is going up. I just dropped this freestyle 1600 joint. It's nice. We rolling shot by Jimmy Leg. He know what he do. But like the tape is definitely something to get into. That's the work.
Right.
So when you tap in, you can get that shit on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Of course. You know what I'm saying? That's what we putting out. But right now, we gonna focus on dropping these videos, so niggas gonna be seeing what's going the fuck on. Once we get in the production, that shit going up. They ain't even going. I mean, they gonna be like,
Ain't no doubt, no bow to doubt it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No bow to doubt it.
Man.
No, that's what it is, man. I wish you all the best, man. I'm excited about everything that you got going on.
I appreciate
But more
you.
than that, I'm excited that your energy is still your energy, because that means that you gonna accomplish what you here to accomplish.
Yes, sir.
And they can't take that from you.
No.
You're gonna win, my brother.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna look the way it's been looking. You
Fact.
stepped your toe in the pond and they reacted.
Yes, sir.
As long as you keep your oars in the water, you gonna fucking get somewhere.
Let's go.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That's my man,
Right.
man. Appreciate you, my brother. Absolutely,
dog.
man. And this is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. And we out this bitch.
That bitch up.
Young folks, you tripping on them.
Different on the come up. I move like the president. I started from the bottom, now it's moolah at the residence. You hoes wasn't expecting this, but now I'm going heavenly. Mama send me prayers in the morning, always blessing me. It's God in my recipe. Niggas don't talk like me. Sitting at the table with the bosses while we eat for free. Tired of taking losses with you niggas. I'm a special piece. I want full pockets all full, and my dungarees can trick me out my spot. So I let you donkeys eat the beef. Showing off for bitches, you a fraud. You can keep it G. Slide what the option, now you niggas spending every day. Bad bitch to the hustle. All you niggas standing in the way. Shorty need a hooper, that's a baller. You ain't in the game, you chillin' with them clowns who jam shit. For a little change, I want big rings like LeBron. Bitch, I been the king, I never back down. I been around, I'm hard as Novocaine. Let it rain, let it rain. Ain't nobody cheer for me. I was on Payne Street, I couldn't get a hug to see me. Now I'm on my own time, building up the grind. While you had to switch up, you can't get a dime from me. Tell you when I'm doing fine, cause Gunny on his own time. Had to take the road where it was cold, cause we was all blind. Beat that shit up and show these niggas that it's flame time. Beat the beat up and make these thotties wanna change sides. I'm wildin' like a gang sign. Steppers ain't large as ours. Baby, I be at the bag, so pussy ain't going for it. Stylin', profiling with my brothers, I'm gon' put us on. They ain't had no love for my product, now they say I'm drawn. I don't want designer, I'm unique like a unicorn. Run up 20,000 in my diggies, that's my uniform. Learn from D-ball and doom death. Keep my strong. And they tried to say I wasn't real because I chose my home. Your ass die, your family gone. Can't nobody restart. Trash man hate garbage, your boys better play smart. God make the real art. Block them lames out, cause they gon' bang out. And fuck the navigation, GPS me to the slack. Landed at the Clearport, ain't nobody cheer for me. I was on Payne Street, I couldn't get a hug to see me. Now I'm on my own time, building up the grind money. While you had to switch up, you can't get a dime from me. Landed at the Clearport, ain't nobody cheer for me. I was on Payne Street, I couldn't get a hug to see me. Now I'm on my own time, building up the grind money. While you had to switch up, you can't get a dime from me.